intro. So I put something in there in case you
Yes.
wanted to read, like, this is an experience.
Oh, okay. Well, we're live now. Oh my goodness.
All right. Let me see if
We are absolutely live. So we're going to take just a second to kind of share this. If you are hopping in, then feel free to share. You guys, this is kind of a surprise pop-up, but we won't surprise pop-up on you next time, we promise. But we just wanted to kind of spend some time. Actually, for us, this is just our power nap. So recently, for folks who do not know, Dr. K and I wrote a book. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Kind of, it's backwards, but you can read, you got this. Called Strategic Rest in Leadership. And in our book, we talk about the NAP framework. So we were like, yo, we do this with each other almost every week. And so why are we not like sharing this with people, right? So we're kind of committing on Sundays when you are doing you can do nap anytime. I hope that that's the case, but we're committing on Sunday mornings when we feel like it's a really good time to kind of hop on in order to help you reset your for the week and to help us. What you're watching is just us have a conversation about us resetting, about us using the NAP framework. And so that's literally what this is. Good morning, Dr. K. How you doing?
I'm a lot better today. Yesterday, I was pretty ill. Had a very excuse my dog in the background, but had a very sleepless, restless night, abdomen pain, etc. But I'm a lot better today. So that's always good. I actually took the time to just rest as much as I could and sleep through it and just relax my mind and my body. And when I woke up this morning, I realized, I probably was stressed. That probably added much to it, right? With getting back to work and etc. So taking the time to listen to your body.
Oh, so you already started taking the time to listen to your body. Like, I get it. Like, this week for me, and you know this because we had a conversation about it. This week for me was, I guess, my first week of full entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So, yay, right? That's what everybody keeps being like, yay, and I keep going like, oh.
Okay. Yeah.
While there were so many things that went well about it, there were also things that just were tough. It's tough to be out here, figuring it out. Even when you have a foundation, even when you feel like you've thought through everything. And so that's exactly what the NAP framework is for, right? Like, it's literally for people who need to be reminded to think through, right? So to remind folks about the NAP framework, and then we're just gonna talk. So folks that are here, I see you. Let's see it now. I'm learning.
So I see Keisha hearted it on Facebook. Marquisa Claiborne, my sorority sister.
Yes.
One of my dear friends from way back in the day, middle school, high school. So we solid. We what they say, we down like 4 flats, whatever they say.
Not 4 flats. Oh my gosh.
Her. She's a joy. You talk about me being direct. Listen, we get it honest. But I see her on here. I see that she loved it. So yeah, people. But listen, people slowly waking up, I guess.
That's all. Like, this is how chill, folks. This is how chill and laid back we intend for this to be. I'm literally putting lotion on, like, right now. Like, not like I can't be ashy in these streets. And so this is what this is for. Like, literally, two folks having a conversation about what we hope our week will look like and using the NAP framework. So we're so glad that you're here. I also see in the comments, I see my little husband, okay, first main, no, the first main of NAP For folks who don't know, I, I'm from I'm from Memphis, like Big Low, okay? So we say Maine out there, whatever the case is. Thanks, babe, for being here.
Let me, so, a couple of weeks ago, because, Facebook is news to me. I don't watch the news. So everything I find out is on Facebook.
Oh,
And a
Lord.
couple of weeks ago, people were just, I guess, Glorilla came out with her newest album, and everybody was talking about it. And I was just like, that ain't my style, but I'll give everybody a chance. So I'm in
Okay.
the gym, and I said, I'm going to listen to it while in the gym. And I'm listening, I'm just like, some of the lyrics, they really don't apply to me. Some of the beats, some of the words too, but I'm like, this is a different vibe. But I know you're from Memphis. So what is this vernacular? What is this vibe of Memphis?
Listen, okay, here's the thing. You gonna get me in trouble too for my Memphis thought process. I'm a proud Memphis girl, and on the same side of that, I also, because I don't want people coming on here and be like, she ain't from, she ain't from Memphis or whatever the case is. I am from Memphis, went to high school in Memphis, went to school in Memphis, all of these different things. Now, I mean, I guess if you were to look up zip codes, maybe I grew up in Bartlett, you know what I'm saying, or adjacent in one of the neighborhoods. But whatever the case is, so one of to me, the magic of Memphis is really something that I think people overlook, and it's melting pot, right? Where like so many people just kind of adopt this culture, and it's until you see it, it's kind of hard to really understand. So
Right.
people from all walks of life just kind of have this pride but fear around Memphis, if that makes sense. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like, listen, okay, you gotta have your life together if you going. You can't be, but there's still just this, like, even to me, in all of the difficult things that have happened in Memphis, especially when it comes to, like, people of color and different things like that, like, there's still just this resilience and this, like, ability to say this is still our space, and then to invite other people into it, so much so that they feel a part of it. And to
Yeah.
me, if Memphis doesn't do anything else right, its ability to be able to invite people in, and I don't know if that has to do with, like, it's like southern hospitalityness, but like you feel a part even when you aren't from there. I don't know how to explain that, but especially when you're from there, there's this pride that I just haven't seen. I've seen other people have pride in their, like, home, their state, and different things like that, but there's just, like, I went to my class reunion, and this is gonna sound wild, but these folks owning their own doctor, like, all these people are doctors, they're lawyers, they're judges, they're all of these people, and literally Yo Gotti comes on, everybody like, it's the myth intro to my life, intro to my, like, the whole place is, all of us dropped all them degrees to just be from Memphis, and it's
Yeah.
something so electric about that. So while I don't know if I will ever make my way back for the right thing, and I'll always go home if that
Right.
makes sense. But Memphis is special, and anyone who says something otherwise ain't. And that's why the world is falling in love with Glorilla, just like I have, mostly because she embodies so much of who people from Memphis are. Like, getting it how you live, no matter whether or not you came from the hood or not, or whatever the case is, it's still this, like, grit in you that's like, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?
And I
It's
got
special.
that from when I was listening and hearing you explain it, it makes a lot of sense because even though I didn't, you know, align to a lot of the things she said, what I felt, the energy in the music was that, you got all these things people tell you should be, this is who I am. And
Yes.
I haven't seen in full all of, the interviews that she's done, but I've seen some interviews where, if I was to see if that was the only thing I saw, I wouldn't have thought that was her music, right? And so it kind of reminded me of getting back to the space that we're in and
Yeah.
resting and napping, is that people think that naps have to look a certain way.
Oh, Come on. But that's what we're here for, right? To like reframe the conversation around nap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cause I mean, for like right now, I got up, got my life in order, took my shower, did all of those things, put my pot roast in the crock pot, put me some sweet potatoes in the oven, uh,
Hold on.
clean up my downstairs, vacuum my floor, took the dog out, all of that, got in front of the TV, getting ready for virtual church before coming on here, and it's a space of rest. And
Yes.
it's so crazy for me the amount of clarity and peace that comes when I do things that I normally don't want to do, which is like cleaning all
Mm.
the time. But just to organize, even if it's like to fold up a blanket and put it somewhere, that moment of rest,
Yeah.
and how I can just be so peaceful sitting in that. And
Yeah.
that's nap.
Yeah.
That's nurturing, that's assessing, and that's prioritizing who I am and who I want to be in that moment through rest.
Let me tell you one of the things that you did to snatch my edges this week. Okay, first of all, for folks who are new here, not only does Dr. K, have a doctorate or whatever, in some educational things, she truly has the highest level of degree in edge snatchery. Okay. So like I
Yeah.
want y'all to know what you see is literally us. That's why we decided to do this, because we were like, we want to other people, number one, as we kind of talk about in our NAP framework, to nurture communities that allow you to rest, right? And so in that has been kind of what we do with each other. So we wanted to model that to people. But anyway, so to go back to her high level of degrees in edge snatchery, one of the things that she did to really make me have to to gorilla glue them back down this week. Yes, let's see. Look, my husband was like, not snap them. She snatched them. Okay, she'll snap them too. Snap them halfway off. But whatever the case is, one of the things that you did to do that this week was to say, who do you need to be?
Mm.
Right? Like, who do I need to be who I'm called to be, if that makes sense, who I want to be. And my hope always is that those things commingle. But
Right.
the question that I had to ask myself, and to me that frames up the NAP framework perfectly as you're thinking about rest, is who do I need who do I need to be? What do I need to be, right? Instead of what do I need to do?
Yeah.
So I want you to talk a little more about that, and hopefully y'all hold them down real quick. Get a do-rag, whatever you need to hold them, because this really gets me together. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that.
It's a concept that's been in a couple of leadership books. I think Stephen Convey has mentioned it in some of his books. It's this be, do, have.
Yeah.
And so there are three different components to it, right? It's the being, which is about your behaviors, your traits, who you need to be. The doing and is the action, and the having is the results.
Yeah.
So you have a first group of people who are your victims. And these individuals
So you gonna victimize us with telling us about? Keep going, because the victims
these are
need to
the
hear.
individuals who say, so I'll use examples. I have to have this amount of money so that I can do this, and then I'll be this.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't move until I have everything that I need. Now, I don't know about you, but where in life do you have everything you need in the moment in order to be something? You'll be waiting forever and ever to have all the things that you want
Mm-hmm.
at one time in order to move, to make action. So those are the victims. Then it's those individuals to say, I'm just going to work. They do, so that they can have something, and then they'll be. So I'm going to do all of these things people tell me I need to do to be successful as an entrepreneur, because then I'll have the clients, I'll have the space to, do whatever I want to, and then I'll be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're a full-blown entrepreneur. You're doing all these things. you know. But then there's this person that is the winner, or like for us, the strategic rester. And that's
Yeah.
someone says, who do I need to be?
Yeah.
What are the behaviors and traits I need to become? And
Yeah.
technically, that means you're becoming someone you've never been before. And once I understand those behaviors and traits that I need, then I can do according to those behaviors. So if I
Mm.
know I need to be patient, then I need to do some things a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And then the having will come. And the magic in that space is that you will have things that you never thought you would have
Yeah.
because you learn to be. And too often we are going into spaces and, oh, I'm gonna be a different person because entrepreneurship, I got to be different, right? And you go into these, girl, you ain't bit more changed. You're doing the same thing. You're just making it look different because you're
Yes.
in a different environment.
Yep.
But it's the same clothes going into a different environment. So
Yep.
until we get to the space of I got to be honest about the behaviors and traits that I need to invest in so that I can do these things and have X, Y, and Z. That's the
Yep.
space, and that works for everything, not just entrepreneurship, just life
Yeah.
in, you know,
Absolutely.
like this is a year of socialization for me, like getting more social.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I had to keep telling myself, well, what behaviors and traits do I need to incorporate into my life that I don't necessarily do right now? And that is being open to different people and
Oh,
doing different things with those folks, right? Being
uh-huh.
open to going into someone else's space
Yeah.
without it being about me presenting or work related, just being free, right?
Yeah.
Being able to be me authentically, right? And a part of that is I have to do is I have to trust.
Yep.
And core strengths, that's my lowest thing, trust. So
Same.
I'm in a season
Same. Anybody, if
trusted.
trust is super low on your like skills list, please let us know in the comments. Trust is the absolutely lowest thing that I'm able to do for any other human. So yes, let us know in the comments. But keep going.
It's at the bottom. It's not that I cannot, it's that I choose not. And
Mm.
that's a difference when you
Mm-hmm.
shift that language and cannot versus I will not. And for a long time, because of trauma, life, etc., I've chose not to trust people. So
Yep.
what you give me, that's what I go with. But in this season, my theme is permission granted.
Come on, permission granted.
So even whether I'm choosing to trust in, this space with this person, etc., whatever I'm here for, the permission has already been granted. So I'm no longer seeking external validation for how I'm walking in life, which
Yeah.
makes it a lot easier for me to be open to hang out and go in different spaces. And it has been so rewarding.
Same. That's to me where I've been finding the reward, right? Is that like I so so who I am innately, right? Like, and one of the biggest things that I've had to fight at this big age, right? Because I think when people encounter me, they see this larger than life kind of personality and bold confidence and all of these different pieces. But one of the things that I often have to kind of battle in my mind with is that there is a right way. Like, I'm constantly telling people, because really not to other people, I'm telling myself, there's no right way.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
just because someone did it this way doesn't mean that for me that's the path that I have to do, right? If
Right.
I don't want to get, on social media every day and make videos, then that may not be the path for me in order for people to whatever. And I'm coming to kind of like really grasp that if it is what I'm supposed to, if it's what I'm called to do, then there's nothing that can keep me from it, right?
Yeah.
So in that, it doesn't mean that I get to be not, that I don't have to have action, right? Because I still do have to show up and do things, but I have to get away. And that's one of the things that you call me out on all the time, is that it doesn't have to look a specific way. It looks your way, right? There is nothing that I don't know, a month from now, somebody gigantic on a big stage may run into our book and go like, hey, I want y'all to whatever. And that may go around all of the social media and all of the things that we kind of both have decided that beyond this and a couple other things that that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's so important, like, for people to understand that it doesn't, there is no right way. And I
Right.
think when we become adults and when we start to get self-aware, we start to understand that instead of seeking the right way, we have to understand that whatever way we choose is the way, and
Mhm.
that we also have the experiences that we have, the know-how, the knowledge, and ultimately, if you're like me, JC D'Anthony Christ in your back, you know what I'm saying? With you to help you guide no matter what the decision is, right? I want to shout out, first of all, the lady that takes care of our money, okay?
Oh, you like that?
We
Because
both
I don't
share
know the right way.
we both share an amazing accountant, and Aisha is that, and she's in the comments going in. So she said, yes, I agree, I'm evolving in such a bigger space, and I'm going to face those big socialization issues because I'm truly an introvert because of trust, right? And that she loves us, and we love you too. Thank you for making sure that we got what we need in order to keep doing what we do.
Listen, and I don't know if she's accepting clients, but we'll find a way to put her website link in there.
Yes.
Because when you are rested,
Mhm.
you become very clear on one the people who truly are supporting you in the ways that they,
Yes.
and then you can sit back and think about how I can support them in different ways. And it's the little things, right? Like I don't have to go out here wearing a whole shirt every day, talking about my business. But every now and then I have a conversation and somebody drop Clear Pathway. And it's just in conversation, but they're
Yes.
talking about, my space, my business. And so,
Yes.
I think it's important as we move in this life, whether you have a business or not, that you recognize who's around you, what they're working on. I saw shout out to one of my colleagues, Dr. Alexandria White. She's going to law school, preparing to go to law school. And she had, mentioned, and my first thought when I saw it, I was like, she got a doctorate? Like, she's bomb. And like, she about to go to law school. This is a lot. I'm here for it. And then she mentioned how, after she had posted that, how people had started just flooding and giving her free LSAT advice and etc. And how often sometimes we move in silence and we don't tell people our goals because we don't want people to think differently about us and etc. And it just reopened my mindset to how I don't mind telling people what I got going on at times,
Yeah.
because that's also me saying, hey, that I got this going on. You may see something and then say, hey, how can I help you?
Yes.
Here's the thing: you need to go in life when you walk around, always know what you need at every moment, because you don't know who God will put in front of you.
Ooh. And okay, to me, because whew, there's vulnerability in that. And a lot of people don't want, I'm not even gonna say a lot of people. This is our conversation. So I'm going to say myself, right? It's for me, myself, and I, we don't like to be vulnerable, right? To people's perceptions, to people coming back and going, oh, that wasn't successful. So see, this person thought that they were all that and now it didn't work out. We don't want to be vulnerable to the fact that people can hold us accountable to the things that we say, right? So I know sometimes for me that keeps me in silence, but you're absolutely right. It keeps you from also the people who do reach out. So for me, especially this week, one of the things that kind of like, I want to say, have punched me in the mouth. Like, I feel like entrepreneurship is constant. Like, you gotta like keep doing this because it really is constant punches, right?
Mhm.
But one of the things that landed this week was really kind of the feeling of, I'm gonna be. This is what this is for. To be honest, a little bit of feeling of betrayal,
Mm.
right? So
Mhm.
many people, and I need people to hear this because as you, maybe it's not this specific walk for me, which is to kind of jump into your own thing
Yeah.
and to kind of, be moving, but maybe it's something smaller, right? Or maybe it's something even more bigger. Even more bigger. Lord Jesus, that degree went right on out the window right there.
Yes, it is
Okay,
what it is.
maybe it's a larger dream. Whatever the
Right.
case is, when you tell people, it leaves you even with a little bit of vulnerability. For me, I often don't I really don't need approval of other people, or kind of perceptions of people don't matter to me completely in everything that I do. But as someone who to me grew up as someone who really did pay attention to perceptions and how people received who I was, it becomes it can sneak back in to become important to
Yeah.
kind of think about how people are thinking, right? So one of the things that really like was challenging for me this week, and one of the things that I'm building my nap framework around, or using the nap framework to work through, is that people who I thought were going to show up for me in this new season were quiet.
Mm.
Quiet, crickets.
Mm-hmm.
Go to, yeah, girl, that's gonna be so good. When you do that, I'm gonna bring you into my business. I'm gonna do all this. I'm gonna tell the people about you. I'm gonna whatever. I got your back. I'm gonna buy your book. I'm gonna
Yeah.
quiet,
Where he at?
quiet, and it hurt. It can hurt even someone who is not motivated by people, because you know me, I am not motivated by people at all. And the people who you think, it has been the people who don't know me at all who have shown up and gone, I believe in this. This girl is good. I'm going to give her the contract. I'm going to send this to my HR person. uh, Thousands of people watched a video last week of me, which was a cute video. If you haven't seen it, feel free to go on my Facebook page. I was in my Canva bag on that one. Okay, even if you just go for a laugh, go and look at the video. But I say all I need from you is to send me the information of someone in your department, like someone in your job, at your job, who can make a decision about bringing someone in for training, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of people watched it on my page. I know, because analytics work that way,
Yep.
right? Definitely not anywhere close to that many likes, and only some of a select few people actually took the steps to be like, let's look at what it can look like to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling people this because even folks who you think have all of the support, all of the whatever, like, we don't. So
Yeah.
do it scared, and people will. It takes vulnerability, but in that, the people who have shown up for me,
Mm-hmm.
it was worth it for the people who I felt betrayed by to experience that, because if I hadn't opened myself up for it, I wouldn't have also received the people who I had no idea, but were the people who showed up.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, if you haven't, if you see where I am now in this space and you haven't invested, what makes me think you're going to invest when I do this thing full time?
And here's my thing.
Like,
Don't show up down the road, okay? This was your time to buy in. You know how they say back then you didn't want me, now I'm hot, you all on me? Because if you think you've seen what you've seen now,
right.
just wait. Just wait. And the fact that you didn't come shoot with me in the gym while I'm playing like I'm going to anybody's gym. You see me with my
I
gym.
mean, everybody has a role in the gym.
Everybody.
Maybe you're the water girl. I don't know, but everybody.
Now, why I gotta be the agua? Why I gotta be bringing the agua? Okay, I'm gonna let that.
Yes, Nancy Agua. I like sparkling water. Everybody has a role, and I think at the end of the day, I've come to grasp of looking at life and people as investments,
Yeah.
because investments take away this little thing called obligation.
Mm.
That because I'm a black woman, I need to support every black woman. I'm not obligated to do that, because not every black woman treats me with respect. I want to work with and be around people who value investment, whatever that is. And investment can be time, it can
Yeah.
be money, it can be sharing a video, it can be buying a book, it can be many things, right?
Yeah.
But until you show me, or until I show you investment, I'm not gonna feel betrayed if you don't show up, because you never invested anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Show me your investment. That shows me how I move. that shows you the way. You know, what is it? The Mandalorian. This is the way. I don't know
Yep.
if you watched that series a couple of years ago when it came on, but this is the way, investment, right? And so I think that people have gotten so comfortable with, these are the people in the gym with me. And so when I go to a new gym or et cetera, they're going to come with me. No, because you got to recognize that not everybody is ready to go into the city of boldness with.
Mm.
And then you said you had what, 1,000 views and maybe less likes.
Yeah,
Because
more than that.
if I like it, people see where I'm going.
Mm.
But if I just view it, it's just me and I get to resonate with that and make a decision. A lot of people are afraid for other people to see what they're investing in.
Mm. Mm.
Some people ain't even investing in nothing, but it's either here or there.
Listen, y'all, it's so for folks who are just joining us, we were just going in, and that's exactly what this is about. Is on Sunday mornings, Dr. K and I have committed to, we're gonna say most, because sometimes we got
Yeah.
things to do, but we are committing to doing kind of a Sunday reset.
Yeah.
So oh, thank you so much. So somebody was saying we're working on getting our book. Speaking of book, that was like the perfect segue, getting our book to somewhere. I'm going to, if I can't, okay, y'all, I'm learning on the fly how to use this specific app. So it won't let me, but I'll put it in the comments after this. But if you have not already, I want you to grab a copy of our book. Okay. That's not necessarily what this is for, but it is built around, for folks who can't see, I think it's backwards. So I'll add a picture next time to this. There we go. Okay. Dr. K is not the vain one in this situation who likes the mirror. The mirrored approach better. So she's showing you the book right there. And we'll get the link in the comments if for you to be able to purchase it. But anyway, on Sundays, when you see this, which you will be seeing it, join in with us as a reminder of how to use the NAP framework. We're just going to be talking about our week, resetting, and then hopefully for you to be able to share with us how things are going for you around nurturing, right? Around assessing and prioritizing so that your week is the absolute best week full of strategic rest. Okay.
Yeah.
And of you being who you need to be to do what you're called to do.
Yeah.
So we ain't gonna we here for a good time, but not a long time. So we only gonna be keeping y'all for about 30 minutes each Sunday that we do this. But I'm so grateful, number one, for you, right? First of all, I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for everyone that popped on. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna throw a plug. June 6th, 7th through the 8th, we have our
Yeah.
Strategic Rest Summit coming up. More information is coming out in terms of registering for that summit. It will be in Greensboro, North Carolina. So look for that in the next couple of weeks so that you can get registered, get in there, limited seats. But we'll have a good time in the name of rest.
Absolutely. So if this sounds like you're kind of carrying on, you better come to see us in June, okay? So we're super excited about that. All right, y'all. Happy Sunday. Have the best week. Make sure that it's full of strategic rest. If you're confused about what that is, get our book. All right, y'all. Have the best week, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.